Nothing but net.
Nothing but that.
Episode, we are here.
Episode 6 of Nothing But Net podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We are here once again. We have a good episode. We have a great one in store for you guys today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're talking about the hottest shit in basketball. So make sure y'all get ready for that. But before we start, we here at the Nothing But Net podcast want to send out our thoughts, our prayers, and our condolences to the family of Terrence Clark. We heard the tragic news yesterday, and I mean, it's very sad. He was an up-and-coming star. He meant a lot to the city of Boston. He meant a lot to the College of Kentucky. So, University of Kentucky, my bad. But, yeah. So,
Yeah, unfortunate. He was 19, and he just signed with Club Sport not so long ago. So, like, he was ready to take off. But, like I said, like, God drive safe out there because, like, shit like this can happen. So, you know, just
it's sad, bro. It's sad. Make sure y'all just stay safe. But
Yeah.
we got a lot of things to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into it. Joe, want to start off with?
no matter to me.
Y'all want to start? Let's go talk about one of the hottest teams in NBA basketball right now. A team I love watching. I don't know about you guys, but I love watching them. All right, the New York Knicks. All right, wow, bro. Julius mother flopping Randle. I'm not gonna say the word. All right, but Julius fucking Randle, dude. I just said it. But okay. It's wow, bro. He's playing the best basketball of his career, basically.
Most improved player. He's a deadlock. Most improved. Like, he has to win it though. Like, who's gonna argue with 24 points, 6 rebounds, not 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and over 11 rebounds a game? Like, come on now. Like, he's basically like your point forward for the Knicks. Like, he's scoring and he's also passing the ball too. So, like, what other forward is doing that right now? But like, the Knicks are hot. Like, they're a hot team. Like, they're number 4. Like, nobody expected this team to be at least 8, but they're number 4. So
Yep.
I mean, like, look out. Like, nobody doesn't want
listen,
to.
I said this in the IG live yesterday. I said this in my NBA rambles. Derrick Rose is doing amazing things for his team. He's helping them out tremendously.
And that was their best trade that they made in over years, a lot
of it has to do with the D Rose Tom Thibodeau connection, because I said it before. If there is a guy who can tap into Derrick Rose mentally, if there is a guy who knows Derrick Rose's limits, if there's a guy who can motivate Derrick Rose to play the best basketball in the last few years, it's Tom Thibodeau, because he's just that good of a coach, and Derrick Rose is just that good of a player.
Yeah. I mean, like, look what they're doing. Like, I think they're 4th in defensive rating right now because of Mitchell Robinson, Noel. Like, you're gonna get in there, man, for real.
Bad mother fluffer, dude.
Averaging 3 blocks a game. So, like, if you want to go try Nerlens Noel, I think you want to go back because he's gonna swat. He's gonna swat it, man.
I want to say, where are all the Nerlens Noel haters at, bro? Where are all those people? Oh, he was bad coming out of the draft. He wasn't hyped up to what he was supposed to be. Well, look at him now. Look at him now playing good basketball on a good team.
Exactly.
Like, for real. But
what you think, Dre?
Hey, yeah, what you think, DRWE?
I like this Knicks team, man. It's a very young team, very talented. The person that I really like on the team outside Derrick Rose is Manuel Quickly. Dude, like, kid got some skill, man. He can get a bucket. Floater game crazy.
I know. His floater game is crazy though. Like, I was watching like his highlights, so everything was just floaters. I'm like, dude.
Emmanuel Quickly, bro. They pieced together a great team. They got their fair share of veterans. They got their fair share of young guys, and I love what I'm seeing from the Knicks. I wanted to talk about how Julius Randle, how people said earlier in his career he wasn't going to be a good NBA player. He wasn't going to be able to play some good basketball. But look at him now. He's shooting the best percentage of his career. He's
shooting 41% from 3. 40. Like, let that sink in. 41% from three.
Yep. Let that sink in, everybody, because Julius Randle is here, right? And he's a big dude, bro. He gets in there, but he can also shoot at the end of the day. He gets to the right spot. It's all money. And that's why I love watching Knicks games, because the Knicks are just entertaining all in all. They play fun basketball on both ends of the floor. Obi Toppin had a slow start, but he's slowly picking it up. Another guy who I'm very hyped to see is RJ Barrett, because RJ Barrett and
RJ Barrett, like people forget RJ Barrett, like
they can do amazing things together, bro. And I like it. It's a great pairing. So
like they could be a big threat in the playoffs too, because you got like people haven't seen playoff D Rose. Like if you haven't seen playoff D Rose, you need to go watch some highlights from them from the Bulls days, man, for real. So
that's when we had all our success. I'm not gonna say anymore because the Bulls are ass. They don't deserve any more talk on the podcast than they already have. At least not until they get that 10th seed back.
Yeah. Oh, y'all already lost the 10th seed already. So y'all.
Yeah, because
they trash. Man, they trash, Dree. We'll get to trash, Dree. They lost the 10th seed to the Wizards, man.
Hey, we'll get to them a little bit later, but I want to stay on the Knicks for just a little bit more. To say Tom Thibodeau has shaped this team up like incredibly. On both ends of the floor, we had guys who couldn't play defense. Now they're actually playing good as defense. And when the season started, when they got Tom Thibodeau as their coach, people were saying, how is RJ going to play 40 minutes and play defense out there? But he's doing it. He's actually doing it. He's playing very well, too.
Julius Randle's like fourth in minutes right now. He's playing like 37 minutes a game. So,
hey, that's Julius Randle, bro. Come on, that's the guy. And D Rose,
I tell you what, man. Elfrid Payton might as well just give up that starting spot because he ain't gonna get it no more.
Hey, EP's one of those dudes who just ends up on the team, and he's there, but he's a good role player. He can play his role well.
But he's not D Rose, so.
But he's not Derek Martell Rose, all right? He's not that man. He's not that kid from Chicago.
Nope.
Hell no.
And you also got Taj Gibson, Reggie Bullock. So
hey, Reggie Bullock, bro. That man can shoot. That man can shoot the basketball. You give it to him, money every time.
Yep.
All right.
I trust him. Take that shot, Reggie Bullock.
Amazing, bro. Reggie Bullock has done amazing things for his team. If you're not watching Knicks basketball, tell us fans out, if you're not watching Knicks basketball, what are you doing? They are legit the hottest team in the NBA. All right. You know how many articles I see on them daily? The Knicks, right? I watch them more. I watched a handful of Knicks games last year, and they were fun, but they were losing.
Right.
They're fun. They got D Rose now. Of course, I'm gonna watch a team with D Rose on it. I was watching the Timberwolves for a short amount of time, but yeah, the Knicks
playoff team. They finally gonna be in the playoffs now. Finally.
I'm happy, bro. The culture.
Then LeBron also said that it's going to be fun when the Knicks are winning. So, like, when you have LBJ commenting about the Knicks, hey.
When you have King James say that about you, you got to live up to it. But
live up to it better.
Y'all want to go to the next topic?
Yeah.
Washington Wizards, bro. They took my 10 seed. They took away our 10 seed from my Chicago Bulls.
What we tell them, Dre? The Chicago Bulls are not that good, man. Alex is saying, they're going to be in the playoffs, and they're going to be in the playoffs now. Watch this. No.
Listen, we need Zach back. Zach LaVine, if you're watching this somehow, some way, please come back. Please. We need you, okay? I know we had our differences in the past. I know I said what I said, but we need you back. All right, Zach LaVine, we need you.
He's over there please.
Please, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of scoring 12 points in the quarter against the Cavs. All right.
Imagine scoring 12 points in the quarter.
Who get Felicio them damn minutes in the fourth, bro?
Well, extra coach, Billy Donovan.
Why? But let's get to the Wizards. They took the 10 seed. Drew even said they're a team to watch out for.
Yep. Yep. They're a team that you do not. Team do not want you on this team. You do not want to see in the play-in tournament because they are, I think, on the 8-game win streak, if I'm not mistaken, and they on the run right now. So they trying to pick up now. It's about to be playoff time. So whoever team they play in the play-in, I feel sorry for them. So
hey, Russell Westbrook is doing his Russell Westbrook things. We talked about him last podcast, how dominant he is, how great of a point guard he is, how the media is just slandering him, and he doesn't deserve it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Bradley Beal, man. Bradley Beal. This man came in this season on a mission. He came in on a mission.
Yep.
He is out there.
Bradley Beal. I'll tell you, Bradley Beal is probably like one of the best scorers in this league right now because like he can get you a bucket. Like I think he led the league in scoring last year. Did he lead the scoring? I don't know, but like he'll get you 30 points a game. That's pretty much it, you know.
Bonafide bucket, it's a guarantee. You have Bradley Beal on your team, you're gonna go far. And then you still had those people who were trade Bradley Beal here, trade Bradley Beal there. I wanted to see him in Denver with Jokic and Murray.
If he wasn't,
But I'm satisfied with where he's at right now. Washington,
Denver would have been the best fit though. Denver, if he was in Denver with that offense with Jokic and Murray,
game over. But we obviously saw earlier in the year how quote unquote desperate it was for him to sit there and say that stuff that he's not winning basketball games and that the whole team isn't doing well and that he needs a win. They're winning right now. Where are all those people at? Oh, Bradley Beal, get Bradley Beal out of here. Bradley Beal this, Bradley Beal that, right? We talked about him needing help last episode. I'm not even gonna touch on that because the media is stupid for that shit. Saying that Russ stat pad and doing all that stuff because, bro, he's Russell Westbrook. All right, people must not be watching Wizards basketball to know the stuff Westbrook does for this team and the stuff Bradley Beal does for his team.
Russell Westbrook is never going to cheat you on effort, though.
He's not.
He's going to give you 110%.
Yeah, he's that good of a point guard. But
the Wizards are kind of in a rough spot right now going forward because they lost Danny. Hashimura is up and down. Bertans is up and down. So we just got to see.
With the Danny injury, they lost a lot of shooting in them. They did lose a significant amount of 3-point shooting, and that's that. I mean, what else can I say? Lost a significant amount of shooting, lost a little bit of defense. They obviously lost Thomas Bryant earlier in the season. They lost Denny Avdia, 2 young players on the rise, just trying to help this team out. So what are they going to do now? Is Alex Len going to still be their starting center? Is Davis Bertans going to finally step up? Because if they run Hachimura at the 3, it's not going to be good. He's not going to be able to keep up with the current 3s in the league. So I want to see Hachimura just spend his game at the power forward spot if you have to run him at the backup 4, because that boy Daniel Gafford, man, who got 19 and 10 a few days ago. Hey, be on the lookout for him. Daniel Gafford's a whole dog. He got out of Chicago. Damn. But hey, and Daniel Gafford's a dude to definitely watch out for. His game. Washington does have a lot of talent. They got a lot of great players on the team. They just got to figure out how to use them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, coach. Yeah. Coach really has to figure out some and adjust them. How you feel about this Wizards team, Dree?
I like it. I like this team. But Bradley Beal, man. Bradley Beal is like one of the best players in the league. I don't care where anybody is. He's a top 15 player to me. This man, he leads the league in scoring, right? Or is it Steph?
I think it's him. I think
it's Bradley Beal still.
Is he still lit?
Like 30, 32, or 31. I don't know.
This season, I'm scrolling right now. I got y'all, but
he hasn't been scoring that much lately. But
he really hasn't.
but I think it's still
Damn, bro, they got a lot of scoring shit on here. Hold up. Points per game. Oh, here we go. Season. Right now, leading the league in points per game is Steph Curry. Right
what's
behind
Steph
him,
averaging?
Steph is averaging 31.1. Bradley Beal is averaging 31 points flat. So he's averaging 31.0. And
He's the best, probably, if not the top 3 shooting guard in the league.
Yeah,
that's true.
And straight bucket getter. Then you got Westbrook, Westbrook, Westbrook.
Talk about
Mr.
Westbrook.
Triple double machine. So, and people like just sit here and like to, you got casuals out there like to criticize, Westbrook saying, "Oh, he's a stat patter. You can't win with Westbrook." But bro, that man, I would take that man on my team any day.
Yeah,
But he never
gonna give you effort.
Exactly. Like he's never gonna cheat the game. He's gonna give you 1,000%.
Those fans who don't watch basketball like we do, those fans who just put on the game to put on the game, don't realize Russ's impact on the team. Some of his impact doesn't show up in the box score.
No.
Some of his impact and what he's doing doesn't show
just
up.
hustle stats.
Yeah, exactly. Hustle stats. Him just motivating his teammates to do better. Them just doing great things, and they don't realize it.
Right.
Because I mean, you have those fans out there saying that, you have the media, you have guys like Stephen A. Smith questioning him, and that's a big problem, because look what we said. Russ is a top guard in the league right now, and he's being criticized for playing great basketball.
Right.
Like, you guys want to see him average 6 points per game and not do anything, or you guys want to see Russell Westbrook, not fucking
Russell Westbrook,
some bench player?
Right.
But yeah.
Next topic.
Hey, next topic. Hey, put some respect on that man Wardell. All right, he's no longer Steph. He's Wardell Curry. Okay.
No, Wardell Curry. Who's gonna call somebody Wardell Curry?
Wardell Curry, bro. All right, that absolutely.
Hey, he's been on a streak though, but like that streak ended though. Like last game he went stunk it up. But I mean, like I knew it was gonna come to end though, cause like I know that his legs had to be heavy though, cause the amount of minutes that he was playing, the amount of shots he was taking, like he literally has to carry this Golden State team no matter what. Like even when he's off the court, like their offense is terrible. When he's off the court, like I seen it at its worst though. Like I remember when I think they faced Toronto one time, like didn't they lose by like 60-some points? Something like that. I'm like
354. I want to say in the 50s somewhere.
Yeah, they lost by 50, like 58, 59 points. I'm like,
hey, it happens, bro. But Steph was on that tear, and he's gonna get back on his game. He's doing that. And when people say Steph deserves the MVP award,
I'm gonna say no.
I personally will say no, but obviously this man's the greatest shooter of all time, right?
Here's the thing, like
in Golden State history, like come on.
If Steph got his team to at least like a 5th or 6th seed, I'll give him the MVP, but I'm not gonna give the MVP to a guy that's number 10.
Hey,
right now.
But Russ was number 7.
I don't care. I mean, but Russ is in the but Russ was in the playoffs though. Like Steph has to fight for a playoff spot.
But I mean, I will say this though, they can't, because this is kind of like the same situation they did to my boy Kobe when he was in the 7 or 8 seed. He averaged like 35, and they didn't give him MVP because he wasn't winning. So the MVP to me. The MVP is like every year is like the criteria changes for certain players.
Right. It's just like it's just like the MVP itself, like most valuable player. Like like every team has a valuable player. You know what I'm saying? Like why not change the name to like best player of the year or something? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, like MVP it's just a hard word to like break down. Like most valuable player, because Giannis is valuable to his team. Luka, LeBron, AD, Trae Young, Dame, Steph, guys like those. So like they're all valuable to their team, but but the reward only goes to one person though. So
Well,
I mean, so
but
why
people
not change the
obviously
name to best player of the year? Like they had the best
every
individual year, So
every team has its own valuable player. All right.
right.
There's that one guy that stands out, right? For me, that guy is Nikola Jokic. All right. Nikola Jokic is I'm personally saying this, but he's the best center I've seen ever, like one of the best centers play basketball, okay? Because that man's a point center. He can play 1-5, he can play 3-4, any position, all right?
He's averaging 8.5 assists a game as a center. Like when has a center averaged 8 assists a game?
And then you also got that side that says Joel Embiid's gonna win MVP, right? It's a battle, right?
Like it's gonna come down to Embiid and Jokic. Like here's the argument for both of them. Embiid's averaging 30 points, 11 rebounds, like 3-4 assists a game. But the thing is that he's missed 18 games though, and Jokic is averaging 27, 11, and 8.5 assists. But he's missed how many games? 0 games. So I mean, but Philly has the best record in the East, and Denver's like fourth, but Jokic hasn't missed any games. So I mean, like
that's the problem.
It's gonna be a shocker. Like I won't be surprised if Jokic or Embiid win it because like they've been dominant all year. So
I think that's the problem too. Like, what are like the Warriors going by? Like, what criteria are they going by? Are they going by the record, or are they going by
individual
stats?
Success? Right.
Because really MVP is an individual award. So I don't know. They have to fix
really,
that.
Clarify that award better. Like, is it based off team success or is it based off individual success? I think it's based off individual success, but I mean, my MVP at the end of the day is it's going to be Joel Embiid because like the 30 points, 11 rebounds, just dominating the center spot. Like he's shooting like 38% from three, and he's also giving you 11 rebounds, 30 points a game. So I mean, it's going to be tough.
If you put it that way, based off of individual awards, right? Look at Luka Doncic. You can make that argument for Luka too. You can put him in there. Look at LeBron.
But the problem with Luka is that Luka started very slow during the season, though. Like it has to be like consistent all season. Like you cannot have a very bad stretch when,
Look at LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, like
he's out though. But
if you think about LeBron, if that's the case, we're talking about like who's valuable. Then LeBron should get it every year.
Exactly.
But they don't go by that because they don't want to give it to the same person every year. So
but then with the LeBron James though, he's out too, right? And people are
like LeBron's been out for like a good month now. So
yeah, he's out, and people are saying that's gonna hinder him winning MVP, right? Joel Embiid was out, but he's still in the race, right? They still kept him in the race when he was injured. So why not keep LeBron in the race?
But the narrative though has been on Embiid, Jokic, pretty much during the season. Though. Like it's the narrative though. Like once they pick that person that the narrative is gonna like follow, it's gonna stick to that person. So like it's every year.
And now they put Harden in the conversation too.
Right. Yeah.
So, but we know Harden's not going to get it because you know how they feel about Harden.
The MVP is based off narratives though. Like once you get that narrative started, it's going to continue. Like and when you keep adding to it though, it's just going to like make their case even stronger or even weaker. So
but
it's just narratives.
With Steph, even if people think he should win MVP, right? Warriors fans think Steph should win MVP, right?
Yeah, but he's in the argument though. Like he has a good case, but
he's in there.
I mean,
but you're just watching Warriors games. You're not watching Nuggets games. You're not watching Sixer games to see what Jokic and Embiid are doing, right? Nikola Jokic is carrying the whole city of Denver on his back right now because Jamal Murray is injured, and he's trying to make that MVP push. He wants.
Like a center's gonna win it though. Like somebody from that center spot is gonna win it. Like no more Harden, no more Dame Lillard, no more LeBron, Doncic, Giannis. Is gonna be Embiid or Jokic. That's it.
He wants to be that. Jokic wants to make history, in my opinion. He wants to be the guy to just to become the first center since Shaquille O'Neal to win an MVP, right? He wants to have his
I think it was since 99, 2000. So it's been over 20 years.
Yeah. And when you got a guy like that, Nikola Jokic, who grinds his heart out every single day, right? He tries to get better at his craft. He tries to play great basketball. He's doing amazing things, but at the end of the day, he's gonna be the fourth seed, and that seeding argument is gonna get involved, right? Oh, Jokic is this seed, right? The Nuggets were here, but Philadelphia was number one, so Embiid should get it, right? Embiid was averaging this much.
It's going to be a shocker, though.
Yeah, it's just like I said, stuff doesn't show up in the box scores.
Right. It's right. It's going to be games missed. How they play throughout the season. Like it's going to it's going to be like this is probably one of the toughest MVP races since Russ and Harden back in 2017, because Russ averaged that triple double, but Harden averaged 29, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds. So he could average a triple double with 2 more rebounds. Russ was the 6th seed. Houston was a 3rd seed, but they gave Russ the award because triple double record hasn't been broken since Oscar Robertson. So I mean, like it's this is probably one of the toughest ones, like so far.
I mean, yeah, I definitely feel that this race is gonna go down to the wire. It really is. It's gonna go down to that last vote.
And Philly's been a slump lately too. So how does that?
I want to talk about the voting too, because when people vote for awards, all NBA first team, all defense first team, right?
Let me tell you something. That's all NBA first team, second, and third team is going to be the toughest I ever had to pick out, though. It's going to be hard, Dre. I tell you, because I don't know who to pick for first team. I'm
gonna tell you this. The voting system, they need to change it. They need to let the players vote and probably the coaches, but they shouldn't let people like reporters and all these other people that don't know nothing about basketball, because they're picking players that they favor.
Right. Yeah.
Who they preference.
Hey, if they can choose Patrick Beverly and they can give him a Defensive Player of the Year vote, then your system must be messed up. Patrick
all
Beverly,
NBA first team is going to be the toughest. I don't even know who's first team on it. I don't know.
I get it though. I get where Dre's coming from. Like he said, only people who know the game should vote, right? Coaches, players. You can have a few fans in there, but when you give Patrick Beverly a Defensive Player of the Year vote, come on, come on. Why?
I mean, they just, wasn't he first team all defense last year?
Yeah, but he wasn't gonna get Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh no. Like you can be on an all defensive team, but you're guaranteed not to win Defensive Player of the Year every year. It's going to be.
If we want to talk about defensive effort, if we want to talk about all that, let's go give.
Rudy Gobert is going to win it once again. I already know it. Gobert is going to win. Ben Simmons is up there, but Gobert is Gobert is going to win.
My pick was Miles Turner, but
Miles Turner has a huge case too, but
injury.
Right, the injury is going to be Gobert, so we might as well just give it to Gobert.
But then, like G said, the voting system does need to change. I agree with him. I think it should be players and coaches, because if you have people who watch this game and you see guys at different teams play each other every night, right? And you see these guys just pour their hearts out, right? You see our coaches crediting these other teams, saying we have to watch out for them because this guy's a threat. This guy's a threat, right? So
Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah.
You need to have the voting change.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, but back to the MVP talk. I mean, like, Steph has a huge case, but the narrative has pretty much been focused on Embiid and Jokic. Like Steph's in there, Harden's in there, LeBron, Giannis, Doncic, Dame Lillard. Who else? Tatum. So it's gonna, it's gonna be hard. But I mean, like Embiid, I got Embiid personally. I got Embiid.
Hey, I got that man Nikola fucking Jokic. All right.
Yeah, who you got, Dre? I got Embiid. No matter what. Despite missing 18 games, I got Embiid.
Drea Timberwolves saying he's gonna say Karl Anthony Towns.
It's tough. I know you're not tough. You probably gonna pick Vucevic or somebody because you Bulls fan.
I got you, bro.
I don't know. It's tough. I like both of them. I don't know. I really can't decide.
Yeah, I know. Like
he's one of those on the middle.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's definitely gonna be a.
If either one get it, I wouldn't be.
Oh no, not at all. Because both of them.
Hey, we're definitely gonna get an award show going in the next few weeks. We're gonna have a whole award show right before the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. I mean,
for sure, we got to get that episode in. Award show.
We're for sure gonna get that done. So that's gonna be a good one. But I want to move on and talk about his thing. See, I'm on NBA Twitter a lot, right? NBA Twitter is a mystical place. It's a funny place, okay? But people are just like people just talk, okay? I'm also in this group chat. You guys know who a group chat is. The people out there know too. They were talking about Ja Morant versus De'Aaron Fox. Who's a better guard? Who's gonna have a better career? What's the future looking like for them? And I want to hear what you guys have to say because
who's the Ja Morant or De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah, just in general.
Who would I take?
Who would you take? Who do you think is better? Just overall.
I mean, it's tough to say right now because like Ja is only in his second year and we haven't seen like his complete form yet. De'Aaron Fox is having a fantastic year, so if I had to pick, I love Ja Morant. I love De'Aaron Fox. I gotta go De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron
Fox, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, back with that, what Jeremy said. Basically, what Jeremy said. We haven't seen, like, to be honest, Ja Morant is not even in his prime yet. If you're gonna be honest, he's not in his prime yet. He's only in his second year. He's not even at his final form.
Yeah, and that's why NBA Twitter wants to make.
And De'Aaron Fox is having a very great year. His best year of his career. So,
hey, I don't know about all the other people out there, bro.
They basically the same player if you think about it.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's what I was just gonna say.
I'm gonna just say both. I'm gonna say both.
I'm gonna have to say both too, dude. It comes down to it. It's very, very hard, especially when you have some people on NBA Twitter pulling shit out of their ass and just putting it out there just to put it out there. But
and do you know how fast De'Aaron Fox is though? Like De'Aaron Fox this dude can run, man.
Morant to me, look, Morant is kind of remind me of like a young Westbrook.
Yeah.
And De'Aaron Fox is like a left-handed John Wall.
Yeah.
That's why I think.
I see that. Yeah. For me, they're both on okay teams. Obviously, I've watched a lot of Kings basketball, and I've watched it for one man and one man only, Tyrese Halliburton, because I was told he wasn't going to be good when he comes in the NBA, but that man is killing. He's killing with De'Aaron Fox, all right? Buddy Hield, I haven't seen a lot of Buddy Hield. I used to be high on Buddy Hield, but not anymore, okay? Buddy can go, all right? That's all I'm going to say. Buddy can go.
Said Buddy Hield can go.
Right, yeah.
Tripping, man.
That contract, man, for real.
Yeah, that's it. If they had him on a shorter deal, I'd love to keep him, but he
needs to go on another team to where they can use him correctly. Sacramento is not using him correctly because they got
this new culture now. You have
remember when
he was averaging 20 off the bench last season. I was like, what? He's on a bench. He's averaging 20. I'm like,
yeah.
I guess.
I mean, when Luke Walton was benching him too, I'm like, Luke, you do not bench the best player.
No. He need to go somewhere. He need to go somewhere where they can use him correctly, and I bet he'll be better than being
He's a great shooter too. Like he can shoot that thing too. So yeah. Maybe
For,
the
for the
Lakers.
amount of Kings basketball I've watched, the Kings are a fun team, dude. They play excellent high paced basketball, right?
Yeah.
Fast pace.
But the fun
Great.
doesn't translate into wins though.
Hey, it doesn't. It's not like the Knicks, but I
The
mean,
fun doesn't translate. Like a team can be fun to watch, but they don't translate into wins. So
that's why I'm watching all these lower tier teams as people would consider them. I'm watching a lot of Kings basketball. I get caught watching a lot of Pistons basketball, right?
like
Just
I feel like the
because
team right now just needs that perennial all-star. You know, maybe like a DeMar DeRozan, you know, something like that. You know, like you know, maybe like a vet all-star, you know, like that can put
But
up 20, you know, playmaking, you know,
the
stuff like
one
that.
thing that happened for me, the one thing that did it for me with the Kings is when Luke Walton came in, obviously De'Aaron Fox was like the fastest player in the league, right? And you have Luke Walton come in, it's like I don't know what he said, I don't know what he did, but it's like he told De'Aaron to dial it down.
Oh no, you do not tell De'Aaron Fox to dial it down. Like how
Tell
you
him that. He's your
how you
guy.
tell a kid that's 20 years old to dial it down? Dial it down for what? Like
Yeah, and that's when you had the Kings. They were actually playing very good, and I liked it. But then Luke Walton came in, and he's just like, "All right, we're gonna calm it down a little bit." And what are they doing now? All right, you got Tyrese, he's playing good. De'Aaron's playing good. Bagley's okay to me. Don't matter. Rashawn Holmes, that's my guy, bro. Shout out Rashawn Holmes, Lockport, Illinois, my guy. Was right down the street, but yeah, Rashawn Holmes, he's a good player. But
Rashard Holmes is a pretty good player.
hey, they're
He's been getting a lot of attention lately.
for real. He's helping out this Kings team a lot. So they're destined for a little bit of success, in my opinion, if they can rebuild properly. If you can get Buddy Hield to the right spot, if you see how you can develop Bagley and get Bagley to that star, then I don't mind it. I'd love to see that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the Kings just need some like they have great talent, but it doesn't translate into wins. That's all they need. Like they just need wins.
Our next topic is the Detroit Pistons. Okay, now before people click off the video, listen. The Pistons are playing some good ass basketball. And I want to credit Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey, Saban Lee, and Jeremy Grant. All right. Then Jeremy Turner is
what you mean good ass basketball? So you mean to tell me a 15 seed playing good? You know what? I don't want to.
Not good. Entertaining.
So you mean to tell me a 15 seed is playing good?
They're not good basketball in that sense. Good basketball in the sense that they're fun to watch. All right. I like watching them. They're good. That man Isaiah Stewart, man, 6'10", 250, man can grab a rebound.
He looks like he works out too much.
He does, bro. That man.
He looks like he works out a little too much, man.
Hey, he big. That's what I like. I like them big centers. The dudes who can actually grab a rebound and fight for it. That's great. The big centers are the best centers.
Pause.
But pause.
Pause, man. Pause.
Hey, I didn't mean it like that, y'all. I didn't mean it like that.
Super pause.
Anyways, I mean, like the Pistons. I'm like ever since D Rose got traded from the Pistons, I said forget about the Pistons. But
Man,
I mean, like they did get back Killian Hayes.
Hey,
they still got Jeremy Grant. They still got Stewart, Plumlee.
I watched your game last night. Killian had 12 and 5. Solid 12 and 5.
Not bad. Like he's been out for like half the season because he had a torn labrum in his hip. So
he's a great playmaker. I love what Killian Hayes is doing for his team. He can play good. Jeremy Grant, obviously, big part of the team. Jeremy Grant is their guy right now. He's going for them in the future, but that's our situation. I want Isaiah Stewart to start because for me, he's one of those dark horse rookies. I see him being all-rookie second team if he's playing like this because he's doing great things. I like Isaiah Stewart. He's a great player. I think he's now. I'm not gonna say Plumlee's contract isn't worth it, but for that much money that Plumlee's getting, no, he's not a decent center on the team.
He's not worth 3 years, $64 million.
He really isn't. They should have done something. They should have went and splashed big somewhere else.
But the Pistons have a long rebuilding process to go. But I mean,
hey, who's got a longer rebuild, the Timberwolves or the Pistons?
The Timberwolves.
Oh, okay. They're gonna have a longer rebuilding process. Dree, what you gotta say about?
Well, hold on. The Timberwolves, yeah.
Damn, he said the Pistons might get a ring before y'all. Damn.
I don't disagree with that.
Hey, okay. Is Minnesota Timberwolves organization, if you're watching this is the man who needs to become your head coach. Okay, he's great. All right, Dree, just get this team.
I'm like, no, I'm not even gonna say that joke. I'm not even gonna say a joke because that. Anyway,
you gonna say that straight wasn't worth it. Hey,
I was about to say. I'm like, I'm not gonna say the YouTuber name, but anyway, but yeah, you know who it is. But
yeah, we're not gonna do that here.
Yeah, we don't do that. But
we don't do that here.
But go ahead.
Let's go to the next topic. Dree came up with this one. This one's amazing. How you guys feel about super teams?
You go ahead, Jeremy. Go ahead.
Super teams. I mean, like super teams can be fun to watch, but they can ruin the NBA. That's what Stephen A. Smith said. Like, I have to agree with him. Like, you can, like, I mean, like, you can have 3, 4, 5 superstars on one team, but but when they keep winning games, it gets kind of boring though, because like it's just like it's the same thing every game. You want to see us a super team that's assembled lose because like they mortgage everything.
Hey, now think about it though. You don't want to see them lose because with the media now, the media is gonna eat.
The media wants them to lose because like like it's ruining the NBA. Look what KD did when he left OKC to go to Golden State. Like they wanted Golden State to lose because like they wanted to hit KD right in the ass. Pause. But they wanted to hit KD where it hurts. So they wanted to hit KD where it hurts bad. Because like but I mean like on super teams they can be fun to watch, but is it good for the NBA? I mean like I don't know. It's just it's just your discretion. So
I mean, with obviously with KD and stuff, the media plays a big part in this too, right? Because honestly, you see a super team lose, right? When the Nets lost, I forgot who they lost against, but they lost. And I think it was to the Cavs, and
they lost to the Cavs twice in a row.
Yeah, how could you lose to the Cavs when you're this built with KD, Kyrie, Harden, Blake Griffin, right? Okay, I get that, but it's a super team. You're gonna lose. NBA fans don't want to see a super team blow everybody out by 30 or by 40. That's not fun. All right, I can just turn the TV off. Okay, like that. I don't want to see that. I want to see the super team.
I don't like those super teams. Like I don't like I want fair competition though.
Yeah,
honestly, like
it's good for small market teams. Like let's say you're just a super small market and you form a big three.
And I'm glad that Kawhi Leonard did not join the Lakers, because if he went to LA with a prime AD and is still in his prime LeBron James, and you get Kawhi who's in his prime right now, you got three of the top 10 players in the NBA on one team, all in their prime.
When that gets our people like, scoring, who's gonna take a dip? What's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen there? Scoring this. Who's gonna score higher? Is Kawhi gonna score higher than Bron and AD? Is Bron gonna still be?
Who's gonna get like the spotlight?
That's all that happens. And when super teams form, it's like the media back when D-Wade, Bron, and Bosh went together, right? Obviously, Chris Bosh took the big dip in points, but he did his job. He did what he was supposed to. Yeah, he played his role perfectly. And there's some super teams where people just can't play their role. People try and become the superstar, but I mean, I understand like when people want to leave for a super team, like take the Harden situation, for example. He gave Houston 9 years of his heart. He gave them 9 whole seasons to build around him, and they got him Dwight Howard, and they got him Russ.
No, he asked. He asked for Dwight Howard. So here's the thing. Harden asked for all these players, but they didn't go far though. Like except Chris Paul, but Chris Paul got injured in Game 6 and 7. So just imagine if Chris Paul didn't get injured.
The point guard, he's in his own category.
Right.
Going in.
So Harden asked for all these players though. So some of it's his fault because he asked for all these players though, but you know, like, but they didn't go far. So
I mean, they did give him Dwight Howard and all that, but that's not gonna get you anything.
He's asked for Chris Paul. He's asked for Russell Westbrook, Dwight Howard. He
didn't. Would you guys consider it sort of a big three or just a good trio when they had Capella, Harden, and CP at one point and Russ at the other?
I mean, a trio. I think it was more of a duo. Because Capella was a pretty solid center back then. So maybe, yeah. But they could have won the championship back in 2018. Only if Chris Paul did not get injured. If Chris Paul did not get injured, Golden State would have lost in 6.
That's another story for another episode, bro. We got to talk about guys like CP, D Rose. We got to talk about all of these guys. And yeah, but Dre.
Yeah, what you think, Dre, about those super teams?
Yeah, how do you feel about super teams?
Your thoughts about the super teams?
To me, man, listen, it's been around like for years. I don't know why people complain about it. I mean, to a certain extent, it's good for the NBA because you need that one team, like somebody wants to beat, And then at the same time, if it's too many, like. If there's too many teams, like super teams, then it's like come on, like why are you trying to stack the deck? Like from a competitive standpoint, you don't want those super teams. But if you want, for it to be fun and and all that stuff, then yeah, it'd be cool. But to me, it's like you got people here that's complaining about, Kevin Durant and LeBron like joining these super teams. First of all, they're free agents. They get to do what they want with their careers.
Right.
Okay, so I don't know why you complaining. You just mad because they're gonna beat your favorite team and all this stuff. That's what it's all about. So when Kevin Durant went to Golden State, I wasn't upset. I was like, he doing what's best for his career. I wasn't one of those people that, why you going to that team? And
I was like, all of us were just shocked. Like I still remember the day. Like I was outside on the deck. On the deck. I was out on the deck. July 4th. He did it on July 4th because you knew that he was going to do something on July 4th. Well, all the fireworks are going to go up. Guess what? I looked at my phone, right? I looked at my phone. A Woj bomb dropped. It said, so it said KD goes to Golden State. I'm like, this ain't true. Because KD was a top 3 player back then. So arguably the best player, but I'm like, this ain't true. So I went to my IG. My whole feed was flooded with KD to the Warriors. I'm like, this is not happening. Because Steph Curry just got off winning MVP, unanimous MVP. Yep. So averaging 30 points a game, and Golden State was 73-9. So I'm like, this ain't happening. Like they're not going to have the top, at least the top 15 players on one team. I'm like, this is not happening.
No,
but when I saw it, when I saw it, I was shocked. But I was like, okay, cool. He doing what's best for his career. I wasn't one of those.
It took me a long time to process that.
I wasn't one of those players. I wasn't one of those players that was mad. And I got a KD jersey now. It's OKC jersey. I wasn't out there burning his jersey because what he did for his career. Same thing with LeBron. When he decided to go to Miami, the whole world was upset, like hated him for no reason because he wanted to do what was best for him and his family.
With LeBron and KD though, like listen, KD going to Golden State, that helped his career. I was one of those people who
exactly.
I saw him the problem with KD going to Golden State is that he couldn't get over the fact that like he wanted to have the praise like Steph Curry is. Well, here is the problem, KD. You weren't there for the first championship. You weren't drafted by Golden State. Like this was Steph's team. Yeah, you made the big shots versus Cleveland and in the 2017-2018 finals though. but it was still Steph's team though. Like you can be the guy that can take all the big shots,
but you
but
got
the fan base embrace Steph.
But you got to understand though.
If it was Steph's team, what? Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead.
But you got to understand though, Jeremy, that Golden State team, yeah, they won 73 games, but you saw how they played in the finals.
Oh,
like,
right, yeah.
They couldn't get it done.
They were up 3-1. I thought that they was gonna win in 5.
That team,
if Draymond Green didn't get suspended though, they could have won. So
see that, and that's his thing too. People use that as an excuse. Oh well, Draymond gets suspended. First of all, I'm not saying you are, but the thing is, Draymond played game 6 and 7, so we're gonna get that out the way. So, but you gotta understand that Golden State team needed Kevin Durant because they needed somebody who can, other than Steph and Clay, to get a bucket, and so they went out and got Kevin Durant. So the whole thing, he went to a 73-9 team. That's all bullshit. But.
Right. But what KD wanted, KD wanted to feel like it was his team. It was not his team. It was Steph's team.
I think the media broke up that Golden State team because they was creating these narratives about like the last season.
And the Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant was when the Draymond Green KD situation versus the Clippers. And I remember when I think Lou Williams missed a shot. Draymond Green had the ball. KD was like Green was going down the court doing all this. Like KD was like he won the ball, but Green said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just go in and do whatever I want."
But if you think about it, like you guys said about the media did this with KD and Steph, why didn't the media do that with LeBron and Dwayne Wade?
All right, they kind of did though. They kind of did.
They kind of did, but they didn't drag it to that amount that they did with Steph and KD, right? So that. I mean, the media.
But the whole thing was mostly about LeBron after the 2011 finals when he had, I guess the meltdown. I guess that he might have he's the Robin of D Wade is Batman. He's the Robin. So it's like it's between those two. Like whose team is it? So it's like, but that's when D Wade told LeBron, "Hey, this your team. I've been the man for multiple years. I won the championship as a man, so this is your time to
They love
to take over
LeBron when he was in Miami, but in the day it was still Wade County though of what he did back in the 06 finals. So they love LeBron throughout the years that he was in Miami, but they embraced D Wade more because of what he did.
I mean,
Shaq,
for me though,
but it wouldn't I'm gonna say this, they wouldn't have those other rings if it wasn't for LeBron, and the Golden State wouldn't have those other rings if it wasn't for Kevin Durant. So you just gotta.
But what's this though? I agree with everything you guys are saying, but one thing I do agree heavily on is what Dre said. How people talk about why do LeBron and KD form super teams because they can. Because they're some of the greatest players to ever play this game, all right?
Right.
Because that's what they do.
Superstar like that, you can form whatever super team you want. Look what
if you feel like you're gonna do it. It's that simple. It's
back on
because they can't.
When you're a superstar in this league, you're gonna get a certain amount of power though. Like look what just look what Kawhi Leonard did when he went to the Clippers. Who did he ask for?
Paul
George, right. He said that I'm not coming to the Clippers until you give me this player. So when you had that type of superstar power, you're gonna make moves. So I guess that when you're a perennial superstar, you have that much power.
But the last season was more focused on dynamic duos. And this season is more focused on the one super team. Well, the two super teams, right? LA obviously getting Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond is still a good center. But the Lakers, obviously, not the Lakers, the Nets getting obviously all these other guys. So those are basically the two teams. Last year, we didn't hear about that. Last season, all we heard of was what's Kawhi Leonard and Paul George going to do as a dynamic duo. LeBron and AD are killing the league. Luka and Kristaps. Right, that's all we heard, right?
Last year was definitely based off of duos, though.
But to me, I would say this: I'm sick of hearing these. Again, I'm sick of hearing these old school players complaining about super teams now when you guys had super teams when you guys were playing.
Look at
Like
the
this whole
Celtics go.
this whole
Look at the
super
Celtics
team
go.
thing. This whole super team thing started back when Bill Russell was playing
Hey,
and Wilt
Look,
Chamberlain.
real.
So
look what Bill
it's been
Russell
around
had.
for years.
Cousy,
It's been around for years.
Yeah.
So
Russell, Bill
it's
Russell
never
had
gonna
all the
end.
players. Bill Russell
Exactly.
had
Wilt
Cousy,
Chamberlain.
Havlicek.
Wilt
Yeah,
Chamberlain.
yeah.
Him.
And look at the '86 Celtics
Jerry
too.
West
Larry
and
Bird,
exactly.
McHale, Parrish, Dennis Johnson. So that Celtics '86 team was a definite super
The Lakers
team.
with Magic and Kareem,
That's what I was gonna say.
Worthy,
Magic,
and
Kareem,
all those.
Worthy, James
Mike,
Worthy. So
Hey,
yeah,
fast forward to the '90s. You had the Bad Boy Pistons. Shit, they were
Pistons,
a
hell,
pretty.
you could say
Joe
the
Dumars,
'96 Bulls. You could
Isaiah
say
Thomas,
'96 Bulls.
Bill Embiid,
Hey,
Rick
hey,
Lamar.
come on, bro.
You
The
can say
Bulls are the Bulls, bro.
you can say the '96 Bulls was a super team if you want. I know it's gonna make some Jordan fans mad, but I don't care. Listen,
It was
the
legit.
'96 Bulls was a super team.
Because Scottie Pippen was actually a top 5 player because of what he was doing defensively.
Dennis Rodman was a top 15 player in the league.
Dennis Rodman, though, the one thing I'm gonna say about Dennis Rodman was that man is a bad motherfucker, dude.
Bro,
Dennis Rodman.
He led the league.
Wow.
He led the a league and rebounding 7 straight seasons as being a 6'8" center, considerably a 6'8" power forward center. But yeah,
hell, the 2000s with the '08 Celtics. Who else?
Would you guys consider Kobe, Shaq, and everybody else that's when they won those championships? Would you consider them a super team as well?
I would consider the '04 Lakers team a super team.
Yeah, I would consider that. Yeah, the early years though, I think Kobe was still developing though, but Shaq was a monster. So,
but Kobe was already.
Team, I don't know.
Kobe was already a top 3 player in the league at that time when they won the 3 championships. So,
but also think about this though. Was that Pistons team with Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups? That was a super team as well, right? They were crazy, right?
You can say that.
You can say that. You know, they didn't have they didn't have that legit superstar. It's kind of like the Miami Heat of last year, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they all play their role. You know, like you did have you had that one star, Chauncey Billups or Tayshaun Prince, but they all played a role. So you know,
Tayshaun.
But yeah, I'm sick of all these old school players just always have something to say about this era. Like you guys would didn't have super teams back then. I'm like, shut up, bro. Like,
and then I hate it when people go, but it's not fair, right? Now they're like, oh, how come KD can have this, but that the lowest team in the league can't have it, right? Who wants to go and play for Detroit? Who wants to go play for?
It's all about markets nowadays. Yeah. Which team is the hottest market? Like, it's either going to be the Clippers, the Lakers, the Knicks, the Nets,
Chicago,
the Heat. And the Bulls.
Yeah.
That's it. That's probably the top 6, 7 markets.
You gotta think about this though. It's great for the
Philly
NBA.
too. Sometimes too. Philly's like a mid, it's kind of like a mid-level market. So
it's good for the NBA though, from a business standpoint, right? You get this team, everybody's gonna be watching it. Your views are gonna go up, your ratings are going up, merch sales are gonna go higher now since this city is popping, right? More people are gonna show up to games. That's more money for the team.
It's all about location now.
Yeah.
It's all about location with free agents
exactly.
now. Like they're even going to make a rule about free agents going to certain teams now, because happened with Griffin and Aldridge too. Because they were mad that the Lakers and the Nets were getting all these players, but the lower level tier teams like the Hawks, the and the Celtics weren't getting these free agents. So yeah, so it's all about location now. So
and marketing.
Would you guys consider Atlanta, now that you brought up Atlanta, would you consider them a lower tier team even though they're the AC?
Yeah, because nobody's really they looking at them as a threat in the East.
No. Most of these free agents look at teams that are that are either title threats or playoff threats. So
man, who wants to come to Chicago, bro? Come on.
I mean, look, here's the thing. If Chicago got their stuff together, they could have actually had some pretty good free agents, though. But We'll speak on that later on.
We don't want to talk about that. We don't.
Get this out your Alec. Kawhi Leonard is not coming to no damn Chicago Bulls.
I'm not those type of Bulls fans. I see it from a different standpoint. DeMar DeRozan of Chicago.
That sounds like a legit.
Please, DeMar. I see it from a logical standpoint. Kawhi Leonard. If Kawhi comes to Chicago, listen, I'll be the biggest Kawhi Leonard fan on this.
Kawhi Leonard. Look, here's the thing. People need to get that notion out their head. Kawhi Leonard is not leaving. The reason why he signed for that he signed a 2+1 deal. So so I expect him to opt out and sign for longer term. So I mean,
there's no way Kawhi is leaving. Personally, if he does leave, he can go to a different team, right? Chicago.
I'll be shocked if he leaves. Hey, I'll be very shocked if he leaves.
I'm building for the future. I'm building from a logical standpoint. We get DeMar DeRozan fine. We get Lonzo Ball fine. Whoever come to Chicago, make our team better. But enough about the Bulls. They got enough talk. They're ass right now. They got enough talk. But back to the super teams. But you see these super teams form in the league, and some people love it, some people hate it, right? Obviously, if you're a Nets fan, you live in Brooklyn, you're gonna love what the Nets are doing right now, right? And then obviously, if that team were to split up, you're not a Nets fan anymore.
But the Nets right now are finals or bust. Like, they cannot be in the conference finals. They can't be in the.
No, they have to. You gotta think about it this way though, and you got those quote unquote. Yes, I'm using it in quotes. And bandwagon fans, y'all really piss me off, you bandwagon fans.
Exactly.
All right, but we got those bandwagon fans who are the Nets this year, and if the team splits up, they're going to LeBron and the Lakers. All right, that's sad.
It's like, and then you see these analysts here be like back and forth on the bandwagon 1 minute. You know, they'll say the Lakers, the next day, they say, "Oh, Nets is winning the finals." I'm like, make up your mind. That's why I don't watch like these analysts that don't know shit about basketball, because they're confusing to me. Like,
that's why I quit watching Skip and Shannon. I quit watching First Take because they can't stick to one opinion. They have to be all over the place, right? I don't know what one person is saying, right? One day, like Dre said, one day you're going for Nets, the next day, boom, you're going for LeBron and the Lakers.
I cannot wait
and realize LeBron's the greatest.
I can't wait.
Well, one of them. Sorry, Jordan fans.
Oh yeah,
one of the greatest.
But the Nets are going to be interesting though.
I'm sorry.
I want to see if they don't win. They're gonna be like the talk of the summer.
Talk of the summer.
It really is.
Talk of the summer.
Yeah.
Everybody's mind.
But Brooklyn is going to be coming out the East though, because
media. I think the media though is it's kind of toxic for the Brooklyn Nets fan, because the media is setting these narratives, especially like for Kyrie and Kevin Durant, because they are the one of the most talked about players in basketball players in the media, especially Kyrie, because you know how the media don't like Kyrie.
Yeah.
So they're gonna keep painting these narratives. Oh, he's this. He's locker room cancer. He's
bored. He's bored of playing basketball because he sits out. And dude, if you were out there every night just dropping 40 and nobody else is there helping you, you'd eventually get bored of it too. Come on.
Like, oh, he's missing these games, but they don't know the full story about why he's missing games, because people don't know is Kyrie just had another child, so he's taking time off because he just had another child.
Giannis take time off last season. Giannis had a kid too.
Exactly, but they wouldn't talk about it because they like Giannis, but they don't like, the media don't like Kyrie.
Exactly.
And they don't like Kevin Durant also.
For Brooklyn especially, right? Now I'm saying this and I'm gonna stick to it. The media is kind of putting pressure on Brooklyn to make it, just like they put pressure on the Clippers to make it last year.
They always pressure.
Yeah, they wanted the Battle of LA so badly that they wanted to see it happen in the playoffs so much. But LA got eliminated, right? And that's when the media started talking.
And I'm glad, you know what? And I'm glad that happened, because if that would have happened, it's bad. They would have talked about more than the finals last season. They would talk about the conference finals more than they would talk about the NBA finals.
Yeah.
Because that's like you said, that everybody wanted to see Lakers and Clippers. But we never know. We might not even get to see that this year.
Exactly. And then
probably not.
It's too right now, especially.
I think both LA teams may not even match up, though. I just had that feeling like somebody's going to get knocked off. Honestly.
Yeah, because
They
now
don't
only way they'll play is if the Lakers fall to the 6th seed, then they get to play in the first round.
Yeah,
But if they stay at that 5th
Lakers
seed,
are the
then
fifth seed right now, and then
like Drew
they're
said,
going to face Denver in the first round.
like Drew said,
we don't.
if the Lakers drop to the 6th seed, everybody's gonna be talking about the first round more than the final.
Who's the 3rd seed right now? Oh, it's the Clippers. So
Exactly. So
We
don't.
Clippers Lakers first round.
We might not even get to see the Clippers and Lakers. We might not even get to see the Lakers and Nets in the finals. We don't even know. So,
but with the Nets though,
we don't know.
Like we said, the media is really putting pressure on. They put pressure on the Battle of LA. Now it gets to the point where can Brooklyn handle that pressure? Right? Is the media gonna be on KD and Kyrie and Harden's mind come playoff time?
It is.
What the media is saying about them. Is Kyrie gonna miss out?
I can't wait. I can't wait to see how all those three do in the playoffs. So
they're gonna. I'm telling you, they're gonna do great, man. I think they're gonna do great. But people you got media and stupid analysts who saying that, they don't think Kyrie and James Harden step up in the playoffs because of the history that James Harden has with. But I don't know.
I was skeptical too, but I think it's going to work in the playoffs. Though
people
who
say that haven't watched James Harden play basketball this year because James Harden's playing the best basketball I've ever seen. Right?
And the Nets big three hasn't even played that many games together. Like I think they played
they're still
together.
going afloat. And I think they're still going afloat. And they only play 7 games together. And that's something that should tell you something.
They're still in a constant motion. They're all together. They're not fucking up and down.
Right. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting the playoffs, though.
Yeah,
exactly.
I hope that the East has some good matchups though, because I want to see the Knicks. I think the Knicks are 4th, and the 5th seed I think is Atlanta. So I like to see the Knicks and the Hawks match up in the first round.
Hey, we might. Hey, guess what? We might get to see the battle of New York in the playoffs. We might get to see the Knicks and the Nets. We might get to see that. We never know.
I tell you what,
y'all know what I want to see. I want to see a playing tournament. I want to see my boys versus the Wizards. I want to see Zach.
Man,
you're gonna get dropped off. Okay.
Hey,
Russ is gonna go bonkers, man. Like you're not gonna see the playoffs, Alex. Like if you get Russ in a situation that he has to he has to really carry his
playoffs, team. I just saw it now. That the Rockets and Timberwolves are out of playoff contention. So
I already knew that anyway.
I
already knew that. I don't know why they announced it.
Bro, I'm gonna be disappointed if DeMar doesn't come here. DeMar's the type of guy to go to Minnesota and make them better. Yeah, Drew, DeMar's the type of guy to come over there and just hoop out for y'all.
Hey, I'll take him. That's the big three. The big three.
Hey, I take a big three. I take DeMar. I'll take Zach and Vucevic.
No, the Knicks need the Knicks just need one more All-Star or superstar.
They get a DeMar DeRozan. They get a DeMar DeRozan. But
I'll be fine with DeMar DeRozan. Like, make that pitch, James Dolan. Get Kawhi Leonard, man. Start making poster boards on top of New York. Get us Kawhi Leonard, man.
We'll talk about the media and Zion, KD, and Kyrie. We can talk about that in the future episodes.
And Zion does love New York, so can you see Zion in the next jersey in the next few years?
Hey, y'all.
Never know.
We never know, bro. Y'all want to leave it off here? We got a long ass episode, dude. Like very all this footage. So, this was episode 6. We hope you guys enjoyed. We talked a lot of fun basketball. We love doing this for you guys. And I'm Alex.
I'm Jeremy.
It's DREE, Dre, baby.
So we are out. Peace.